Hey guys, thanks for following along today. Again, talking more about becoming a Red Cross instructor, and as a Red Cross instructor, what are some options that you have in terms of what you can teach. So this video today is going to highlight bridging and what really a bridge is and how we go ahead and get started with that. So again, a bridge is for any person who is a Red Cross instructor in first aid, CPR, and AED, just the standard base level courses, and you want to bridge or you want to be able to teach another curriculum, right? So you have the option of bridging into a basic life support for healthcare provider. You can bridge into CPR, AED for professional rescuer. You can bridge into wilderness and remote training. A couple other things that you can do here. But again, in order to bridge, which basically means you're going to take your base level first aid, CPR, AED training, you're going to bridge and connect it so that way you can start teaching another piece of content or another curriculum, such as the three I just mentioned. You have to have a base level certificate in that training, and then you have to do the online, which is free for instructors, the online course to get yourself set up. All right, so an example. I'm a Red Cross first aid CPR AED instructor. I want to start teaching basic life support. What you need to do is get a Red Cross or equivalent, so you can go to American Heart or HSI, get your basic life support certificate, your base level, right? So go through a regular class. Once you have that, you're going to upload that certificate into the system with Red Cross, and then sign yourself up for the bridge course, which is free to enroll in. It's $0, right? Once you are approved from Red Cross and once you do your online course, you can now start teaching basic life support as a part of the programs that you're running. So with that said, you also have additional materials that you're going to need in terms of supplies to teach a BLS course, right? So obviously you have to have your mannequins, your AED trainers, things along those lines, but you're also going to need to have bag valve masks, so BVMs. You need to purchase some trainers for that, as well as obviously having the base level stuff like the mannequins. And this also includes some team dynamics stuff and different kind of text and materials and printables and handouts and skill assessments. So again, with that said, just because you've done your online course and you know you're ready to teach BLS, it's highly, highly not advised to go out there and just start teaching it, right? Read the lesson plans entirely. Read the participant manual entirely. It's also a good idea to see if you can find someone locally who does BLS that you can shadow a class, follow them through the steps, or co-teach a class with someone just to acclimate to it, because it's a different curriculum, right? It's a different presentation, it's a different intended audience. So those are some things you want to think about, and I'm talking specifically again about BLS. The other thing is CPR AED for professional rescuers. So a lot of times individuals taking this course are, first responders, so police and fire, maybe sometimes EMTs, lifeguards in their off certification year will probably have to do a CPR AED depending on their state. For professional rescuer. So again, there's some things that you want to look into before you start offering these courses. Again, wilderness and remote, that's usually reserved for scouts. Anybody can take the course, but usually the scouts will do those courses. They're very long in length, and again, they have different lesson plans, presentations, environments of teaching, whether it be out in the wilderness or whether it be in a classroom. So these are all things before you do, you really want to look into before start adding them to what you're teaching as an instructor. So hopefully you guys found some value in that today. Hopefully you really understood kind of the breakdown and the explanation and example I gave you there with BLS. Clarify any questions you might have, and as always, feel free to reach out if there's anything we can do to support you. Thanks so much for joining us today. Hopefully you enjoyed the video.